Hello, I hit the wrong button. Give me 2 seconds to try and get them back. So, while I went to check the link, I ended up I hit end, wanting to end the second stream that I had up, and ended up ending the whole bloody broadcast. So I do apologise for that. Hopefully, you're all able to pop over, right, and see me there, right. And just a couple of minutes while we wait for Jackie and Chrissy to catch up onto the new link. I am so sorry about that, my bonny bears. But luckily, we do have with us the reigning Miss Drag UK, Auntie Ginger. She's made it.
Hi, hello. Oh, the lighting, it's harsh. How you doing? All right?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good. What page is this on so I can share it?
It's on the Not So Straight Talk page.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that says Chrissy's made it back in as well. Hello, Chrissy.
Hello, darlings. Oh, we're glad to see Ginger's here.
I think she's frozen, but she's here.
Oh, she's here.
Oh, she's here. Ah, there she is.
That's it. And then I've resent the new link to Jackie as well, and hopefully she'll join us in a minute. Either that or she's sitting in the old studio like that, just waiting, wondering what's going on. But hopefully she catches up in a wee minute. And that'll be fine. So how have we all been this week? It should be shared. It should already be shared to my page and the Vesta page because of the way it was shared last week. But maybe not.
No worries.
Not last week, the way that it was shared like this week when I done it.
Is it just
We'll find it, my dear.
Because on my screen, I'm frozen, Effie's frozen, and Auntie's just fab. You're fine. Oh, there we are.
I'm fine. I'm here. All is fine.
So there we go.
Oh my god, I'm loving the fact we all wear red.
So that's the old one, and that's the new one. Right, okay. Hello, Lewis. Sorry about that. There we go. And just actually share. Oh, right, okay. Wonderful. Oh, I've lost Ginger. I've lost Ginger. Where's Ginger went?
Where's Ginger
that
gone?
wasn't me. She's back. She's back. Oh, crying out loud.
Well, it happened. It happened.
That was interesting. Everything had a breakdown. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you now. Oh, thank God for that.
Fabulous. Fabulous. We're all back. We're all here. We're all queer. Let's get into this.
We're still missing Jackie, but I'm hoping Jackie catches up in a minute.
She'll be fine.
So she will, and that's fine. It's okay, Lewis. We've got Ginger back. But the rest of you, let us know who's there so we know who we're talking to and who we can and can't talk about. I mean, I'll talk about you anyway, but at least if I know you're there, I can actually say your name. You think I'm joking? And there's certain people that I know looking for me to talk about them, right? So they can then bitch about it.
Well, you know, it'll happen. They're
not relevant enough to actually be spoke about. They're not relevant enough to be spoke about, but they like to take comments that I've made and then message other people and ask if I was talking about them. Of course I wasn't, dear, but if the shit shoe fits, where's Jackie?
So, Auntie, I can't see this on anywhere to share, by the way. So I don't know if anyone's seeing it.
It's gone to this. People are seeing it. Like, it's coming up with my viewers that people can see it.
That's fabulous. I just can't see. If I go on Chris's page,
It should be on Not So Straight Talk page, but give me 2 wee seconds and we will sort that out. Don't you just
Ooh.
love how organised I am this week?
Chrissy, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Just great.
Yes, no, but I literally received a message about
No.
that this morning.
Love your face, darling, as well. I'm loving the brand Ginger in it.
Well, you know, I'm all over that. This is my go-to, don't have to glue it down wig.
Oh, this is what I was like. I was like, I can't be arsed with wigs, so let me do like a turban. And I got this crown in Turkey, so I have to wear it.
Oh,
I haven't
bugger!
worn it in long enough.
Oh, never mind. I've just realised all my 30 shares that I did the other day there, which shares straight into the video. Share into the video that I ended by mistake.
Oh.
I've shared it to you, and tried to share it to mine now.
See, this is what I was trying to point out, so that we want you to see this, people, because we're going to be chatting. I don't get up very often, so take best advantage of me being here. I'm an old cow now.
With spice and attitude, the way we like it.
I've shared it. Job done. There you go. Promo for Not So Straight Talk.
Fantastic.
I look forward to my PayPal dinging with my thank you fee.
Fuck all. Remember, this is broadcast from Scotland, Auntie Ginger, so you know what the fees are like up here.
Oh.
Here we
Allegedly.
go. 15 quid a pop. Fabulous.
One of the things that I've got for us to talk about on 2 points of view. One, to find out whether it is a Scottish thing, and also just talk about it in general. Like, not necessarily that, but overall, without mentioning numbers, the fee situation for this line of work.
Right.
Where the fuck's Jackie? Oh, please note, this is an adult show that may contain strong language, adult themes, and some views that some people may find offensive.
So that's fine. Yeah, I mean, it may contain adults as well.
Oh, we are doing PayPal. It's because I'm in the wrong. Because I'm in a new 2 seconds. Here we go. There was originally a brand new PayPal for Not So Straight Talk, but it's set up wrongly. I.e., the Not So Straight Talk PayPal takes money off us.
Oh, because it's like, I see.
Right. So the Vesta Girls one doesn't take the money off us.
It's just like with YouTube.
But I know what's in the Vesta one just now, and I'll be able to see what transactions go in tonight to do the divvying out. So don't worry, I'm no Vesta Girls on the still know your money.
So, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, if you are still working and you would normally be spending your money behind a pint or a bar tonight, then do feel free to give us a little tickle on the tippy tap below. And yeah, we'll appreciate that mostly greatly. But if you're not working and you're struggling, don't feel obligated. You can just come along and chat shit with us. But look, yeah, give us a little share at least. Share us amongst your tens of fans.
Like
so
and
subscribe. Watching it, looking it. I'm gonna have to shut my door, Larry Grayson, because it is
Oh, shut that door. The dust in here.
Because it's blowing wind. Give me a second.
Oh, Mystic Meg. Oh, thank you, James. It's Cleo. It's Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Can I just say? Can I ask a serious question? Chrissy.
Yes.
How do you feel about being the sandwich between two aunties?
My dream's coming true.
If you saw some of the stuff that Chrissy said to me earlier in the week, you'd ask that question, Auntie Ginger.
Yeah, I started my OnlyFans, so you know.
Yeah, do share that link.
Later.
Do you know this is an issue I'd like to talk about. It's not on the agenda.
No, that's
but
fine.
I'm going to do a parish council meeting and add it to the agenda illegally. So
You have no authority here, Andy Ginger. You have no
Ooh.
authority here. Do that.
I'm cutting her off. She's gone.
It's Chrissy and Ginger show from now on. Oh, she's back. Oh my God, what's going on with me?
Did you mean to cut off then?
Yeah. The
No,
whole
no.
point was I was trying to do the guy that was like meant to be the chairperson. You have no authority here, so I cut myself off as if you'd cut me off.
I love that. I love that. So, I have a question about this to Chrissy Friday.
Right.
So, when you come across a friend's OnlyFans, I'm not sure what the etiquette is. Like, you know,
Well,
like in conversation, it's
subscribe,
a
you
bit like
know.
it's a bit like, oh yes, you know, I liked that. That gave me many a joyful evening. It's not the said thing, is it?
Well, you know, if you do want to find out more, subscribe for, you know, for $4.99 a month, and you can find out what I get up to. So yeah, that's that.
For 1 month only, the anti-sandwich with Chrissy Friday in the middle. We're doing a trio.
I think people would pay for that. People would pay for that.
What? You been mate? There's someone who's got a fetish for everything. If you
Well,
can
they
think
do.
about it, someone's got a fetish for it.
That's what my thing is. I want to do, well, I do, just a variety of fetishes that people don't really do or speak about. So, you know, there's a fetish for everything, just like you said. Hmm.
So, boys
If
and
you
girls,
got a fetish, do pop your comments down below and ask for Chrissy to do it. You know, only $4.99 a month. That's all you can do.
can I just
Right.
throw it out there?
I'm
that
going to
if
pop off
there
a
is-
second so that I can phone.
Go
Oh, he's gone. Okay, So, if you would like a Ginger Chrissy duo, put it in the comments. But it will cost more than $4.99. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. That
well,
needs
yeah.
a special fee.
Oh my God, I'm just realizing this is the first time I've seen you since that god-awful opening night of that club that we're
Yes,
not going to
absolutely.
mention.
It's the first time I've seen you in a long time.
Actually, it's been 2 months because it was December the 4th.
I don't remember how many months it's been. I think
So
I've
been in
lost
December.
all sense of I have lost all sense of time, Chrissy.
well, darling, we all have. I'm going back to my biological clocks. If I get up, I get up. If I sleep, I sleep.
I'm
I
back.
don't
Oh,
give
you-
two play. Oh, she back?
I'm
She's
back.
back.
I was phoning
back.
Jackie. She says she's active, but she's not on. I'm
She
hoping
got
she
the
catches
right
up
link.
later because she'll then moan at me that she had a lot of things to say about some of the comments, some of the topics. But no, like so in terms of OnlyFans, I think it depends on the person because just before I found out about yours, someone
Mine?
else, no, Chris's, sorry,
Right.
we don't talk about yours, Auntie Ginger. Someone else messaged me, telling me about how many followers and subscribers they had and about their alternate Twitter and all this.
Yeah.
And my reply was, so you've sent me all the details for your alternate Twitter. Do you want me to follow it? And they were like, no, I don't want anyone I know seeing it. I'm like, that's fine. Why are you sending the actual
Me links to that.
screenshot that tells you what the username is? Like,
Well, I think it's like a teasing it. She's like teasing you, and that's about it.
like I'm like, I wasn't gonna go looking for it, and I wasn't particularly like wanting to like go there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you're sending me a screenshot, and then I'm like, are you expecting me to like follow it? Like you're looking to your follow account up, and I go and I
It's
follow
a
it, then mute it. And they're like, no, I don't want you to see it.
Starter. It's a conversation starter. By the way, I just want to say hello to a couple of fans. I've got two of them.
Course.
So Emma
Emma Gibson.
Emma Gibson, thank you for following me, dear. She's my fan tonight, by the way. I don't know if she follows your show. She's my fan. I'm claiming.
I'll have you know that Emma and Francis follow the Vesta Girls show every week, and have followed Not So Straight Talk every week, and also Francis has bought my tits.
Well, look, I'm throwing this out there. A lot of people have bought your tits, Auntie, and you know, tonight is the night where Emma admits that she's my fan. But you know, Francis, we can handshake over that. So yeah, Francis, good to see you. Emma, good to see you. James, $4.99 a month. That is cheap, especially if I'm going to be on it. Jackie Kidd, hello Jackie Kidd. James Smith. Oh, we've got Mystic Meg in the middle, and that's where we were. We were at Mystic Meg or Septic Peg.
Yeah,
that's me.
Yeah, there we go.
We also have hello to Stephen Townend.
Hello, Diana.
Oh, I love Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
And Diana Monte.
Hello, darling.
Diana Monte.
And
We all
Susan
love Auntie Ginger.
Christie.
Just say, my other fan is here, Raven Red Star.
I'm fucking getting it up. I can only click so fast.
I've all these fans, you see. I know it's difficult for you with
It's
your
a burden.
Yeah, I know. It is.
I think this should be a thing. Aunties and the Christie. It's got a great ring to it.
It feels like some form of charitable event.
Yeah.
By the way, if the
on
tax
that
office
note-
are watching, if the tax office are watching, my name is Auntie Effie, and we are happy to be here at this charitable event. And yeah, let's bring it on.
Right. I'm giving Jackie one more ring to try and find out where she is.
Okay.
Because she's online. I think she's sitting in another studio and just ignoring all the messages.
Oh. Well,
Darren
time to get
Spears.
ahead after
Yeah, that's
Hi.
she's waiting to start to run the rain show.
Hello, Darren. Hello, Kiko Queen.
Oh, her back pain is feeling it. I
Hello.
say it
Did
now.
you get? Sorry, 2 seconds. I can take myself off here.
I am almost as old as that joke, Kiko. That joke is, it's a lot. Go on.
Go on. Well, I was going to say I've got a weird thing to say. Well, Kiko is actually an abridged version. It's like a nickname for the name Christian. If you did not know that.
Basically, what he's saying is his OnlyFans is Kiko, and what's going to be fun when I start sharing that out in the whole of Glasgow, think it's Kiko doing it.
Well, now we're doing some shit. So, Kiko, I miss you lots, dear. I miss you loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. I've been loving what you've been putting out during lockdown. Message me soon. Let's catch up soon. Kiko, you're gorgeous. Love you to bits. And yeah, my back still hurts like hell, even though it's 2021. And it'll still be working. It'll still be hurting in 2023 when lockdown ends.
I know, right? When the Songbird, Songbird, the movie, when it's finally going to happen, when we're going to have COVID-23.
I know.
Oh, all jokes aside, I hope everyone's all right.
It's been a lot this year.
Gail!
OnlyFans.
God.
That was that agenda item 1. OnlyFans done.
That's not what I meant to press. I think I'm getting confused because I was pretty sure Kiko had 10 OnlyFans at one point.
Well,
but I think I'm
needs
obviously
to
getting
then.
confused. And it was someone else that either had an OnlyFans or an old. Unless she's being sarcastic.
Can you see the jealousy in Chrissy's face right now? She's like, why are we promoting other people's OnlyFans? It's Chrissy Pride.
Do you know what's even better? What's even better actually is when we had the sort of test thing a couple of weeks ago and we just come on and chat, 2 different people went, does Chrissy remind you of Kiko out of drag? I'm so sorry, Kiko. I thought I was confused. It was just, that way I've got it in my head going, why did I not get filmed as like at the very start of people having OnlyFans? It was rumoured that Kiko had won. Right, Jackie's made it. Here she comes.
Hello!
Jackie.
Ah! she's here.
Apologies.
Hiya.
Do you know, I couldn't get my rollers out.
Finally.
I had 2 rollers tangled at the back, and I was trying to. Oh, it was a nightmare. And then my ears
Yes,
bleeding
it's
because I've not done eating in for about 5 weeks.
Jackie, it's gorgeous to meet you at last.
And yourself, hen. Look, a wee bit windswept
right.
there.
Wins? Yeah, I know, right?
Just windswept, no interest. Classy.
Oh.
Aunt Effie's always classy, drinking out the bottle.
Always.
Right, so the first topic that we had on the wee list, let's be honest, we're not actually going to talk about the topics, we're just going to talk shite, was unfortunately this week the sad news that Tom Moore has passed away, Captain Tom Moore, who, for those of you that don't know or know the name but can't think who it was this centurion who walked around his garden to make money for the NHS.
Which I don't think we shouldn't be raising money for the NHS. See, the minute we raise money for the NHS, the Tories have won.
Aye. Look, I kind of agree with that. That was like going to be my question. Like, so what do you think about Sir Tom Moore raising money for the NHS? And I think what he done was a wonderful thing, but I think it's horrendous the fact that a 100-year-old man had to walk around his garden to make money for the NHS.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
So I feel like because everybody agrees, I just want to throw out something that's a bit different.
Controversial, yeah.
Well, I think. I'm going to put this another way. I don't feel like the NHS are jumping up and down saying, please give us money. I think it's a thing that it's like something that's quite sacred, isn't it, in the UK? Like the NHS is like, it's part of the British Foundation. It's part of Foundation, right? So I think people are raising money for it because they really care about it and it's altruistic. Like, is it the cause that people should be raising money for that's the most important? I think there's an argument to talk about that, but I don't think it's been caused by the NHS saying we're destitute. You know, I don't think that's where it came from. So I had a less. I didn't have a really visceral reaction to him doing it for the NHS.
No, look, I was happy that he did it for the NHS, and that was all great. I
feel that, yeah, it's great he raised the money. Fantastic. He did well. I mean, how that Zimmer kept him up, I'll never know. But I just feel the minute we start as a nation raising money for the NHS, then it's going to be seen as the norm. And then before you know it, we're stopping funding and we have to raise it ourselves.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
I completely see what you mean, yeah.
If you need a wee round of chemo, you have to do a sponsored swim before you'll get it. That's where I'm coming from. I don't think that's right.
I get that. I get that. I think
100%.
Because the onus always gets put back on the public. Always.
By the way, boys and girls, let us know your views in the comments. We'll have a little read of those. And if you're enjoying this, give us a share. And my name is Auntie Ginger. And if you're not enjoying this, my name is Auntie Effie. And look, let's keep chatting.
And if you post the link to this onto my page, my Facebook page, if you don't mind.
Yes, I'll share it. 2 seconds. What I'll do is I'm just going to stop my camera, which means I'm still there. You can still hear me, but it does mean that you don't have to sort of like see me like that.
We don't have to see her up close. That's great. Okay, Cap.
That's a bonus. Always a bonus. And I've just dropped nail glue all over my fingers.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Jackie, I think your top. I'm not sure if it's a top or a dress, but it's gorgeous.
It's a dress. Thank you, very glad. And I have it in 2 sizes, so that I can be thin or fat and still wear it.
Now that is you're a lady after my own heart.
I know.
When I've got something I really like, I like to have a wee standby.
Yeah. This is
Nice way to do it.
I'm wearing my eating dress.
Your eating dress.
Yeah,
Can you not smell the pork pies underneath? They're sewed into the lining.
Ooh, I
could
wonder what the
feel
smell
If
was.
you're doing this, she's just having a wee bit of pastry.
Yeah, just having a little munch.
James Smith has just said this was a lot more serious than he's expecting. So I think we're covering like a range of stuff, James. We've started with death, which is an interesting place to start.
I tried to start with the current affairs.
No.
Well, I have more to say on the lovely Captain Tom, or whatever his name is.
So we've got. I guess where I was going is we've got funny stuff, we've got silly stuff, we've got serious stuff. It's a mix.
Serious stuff, yeah.
It's a mix.
Just like us.
Like
oh, by the way, Jackie.
Yeah?
Nice to meet you, because we haven't met, have we?
Well, not online, we haven't, no.
No, we haven't. Well, hello, darling.
I did see that you had stalked me online, but I won't say that out loud.
I know.
So, was there any more on Tom Moore? Sorry, Jackie, I thought you had something.
Well, I feel that, see, this is where it gets controversial. Although the rules allowed, right? The rules allowed him to go on holiday in December. I still don't feel he should have went. Because he was trying to do morally right by raising money for the whole COVID cause, then fucked off on holiday, and we all had to say that.
I mean, I don't think that's really a Tom Moore thing. I think that's people travelling in general issue, isn't it?
Yes, but especially if you're in the public eye and you're raising money.
I know what you mean.
It was a great thing British Airways did by giving him and his family that trip to Barbados. I think where it started getting sticky was when he come back from Barbados, and then it was the how sad is this? Tom Moore has got COVID and is now in hospital, which was potentially, it would appear, a direct impact of him going to Barbados and travelling. So I think it was a lovely thing British Airways did for him. And at his age, I don't really think he could wait until it was over. But it is a wee bit of a kick in the teeth that it's one rule for...
He's lived for 100 years. So what was he missing?
He hadn't been to Barbados.
Exactly. So really, was it going to... I've nearly said was it going to kill him, but that will cause controversy.
So,
I mean,
I think there's like, it's like, yeah, as it is rather. Auntie, are you having a wank on cam? What?
Oh, she is.
I'm putting like comments and everything. I'll be back, and you can still hear me, and you'll see me in about 2 minutes.
I'd rather not.
I'm loving that wig on your photo, though, Auntie. It's probably. I'm like, why don't you wear hair like that normally?
That's the prettiest I've ever seen her. I know.
I do wear hair like that normally. It's just because of the headpiece. This wig's better for slipping the headpiece into for the earphones and everything.
I mean, I'm just wearing this headpiece on it, so you know, you can get away with it.
I really like it, Chrissy. I wish I could wear stuff like that. And
thank you. It's actually a petticoat tutu, and then it's just a bit of lining around it, because that's what I had lying around. So I was like, fuck it, let's put a tutu onto your head and make it into a turban.
First time tuned in, enjoying the discussions. Andy is one of my fans.
Hello, Andy.
Fans of me.
No, both of them are here tonight. Nice filter, Auntie Effie. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Effie just found Ginger's OnlyFans.
Darren is the lovely Darren is definitely a slight stalker of mine. I think he wants in my knickers.
Oh,
I think that is very appreciative of most of the drag queens in Glasgow, though. But I've saw some of the comments he sent to you, Jackie. He wants in your knickers.
I might let him ask nicely.
Nicely. Well, that's.
I'm getting a lot of requests for OnlyFans, by the way, Chrissy. So you have started this.
Well, you're welcome.
If you would like me to start an OnlyFans, please put your thoughts in the comments.
Tell her all your kinks, what you would like her to do, and she'll do it.
It'll
For
probably
more
be
than
me just
$4.99.
It'll be me just eating chocolate bars.
I mean, people are into it. That's a kink, you know.
I'll be posting
Popping
the wrappers
balloons.
to my fans.
Lick it as well.
Oh!
Oh, that's
And
not
after
the
your
most-
granny pants, Jackie. There you go, Jackie. It has been confirmed.
I don't wear granny pants. Mind you, I don't wear a thong either because every time you howk it out your arse, you need to bleach your thumb.
Mm.
So I like to,
Ooh.
you need to carry around a wee square Tupperware dish with a wee bit of bleach so that you can.
That was detailed.
It was.
I like to keep it like airy, you know.
It was just-
On the
I got a visual. Yeah, that's the thing.
I will
So,
tell you, there is not a hair on
Staying
it.
on the subject of the NHS for a second, does anyone else agree that as much as they clap for carers and clap for the NHS and clap for Tom Moore was a lovely sentiment, I'd rather the NHS was properly funded than been told by Boris Johnson to stand on my doorstep, clap my hands and shake my pan?
Mhm.
Yeah, I never agreed with
yeah.
the clapping of the hands. I thought
No.
anybody that I know in the NHS would not appreciate that.
I mean, to me, clapping
How
hands,
patronising
everybody.
is that?
Aye.
I mean, to me personally, it's like if you're gonna do like this whole thing of clapping hands and everybody's involved, to me, it's just very a cult mindset. Do you know what I mean? Like telling people to do that in order to honor someone. There's other ways to honor people and not just clapping, because you know, what is clapping gonna do?
Exactly.
I think the
Yes, Cheryl, you're very right. Now, Cheryl is my sister.
Oh, hello,
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Yes. No, don't get any attention. She doesn't need attention. She
That's why we
craves
be-
attention. Yes,
that's why
and
we become
Cheryl,
drag queens. All the attention should be on us.
Cheryl is my dresser.
Oh,
you
do hit
know.
me up.
Yeah, so I just stand like that and everything happens.
Oh, so she's a seamstress.
Although no, she's not a seamstress. She can't even sew a button.
Oh,
What?
Sorry.
Sorry, what? Who?
No,
Tuesday.
like, finish your point, but Ginger was making a point with the NHS, so I just want to make sure we get back to that before we move on. No, finish your point first, Jackie.
Carol, Jesus Christ, you're worse than Andrea. What was my point? I just don't feel that Clapham done anything for anybody. I think it just patronised the people and made other people feel better for no apparent reason.
I think the comms and the sort of tone now has moved beyond the NHS and more to NHS and key workers.
The three of them are frozen my screen. I don't know what everyone else sees.
I can see. I'm fine.
No, I'm still
Oh,
doing
I'm
back.
fine. I was frozen before. It was just me
We're
with my
back.
cup doing this.
I was adjusting my light. Is it now too dark?
No,
No, it's fine.
you look fine.
Aye, it's fine.
But you
Sorry, what were you
still-
saying, Auntie Ginger?
I was just having images of saying to Jackie, "Walk to the light." No.
Oh, I'm just doing a bright light myself. But that's better.
I think I don't think I'm offended by the clapping at the time, but I think if it was to be asked now, it would get a very different reaction. I think
Yeah.
it's not right now. Like, I think
Appropriate.
people are pissed now.
I think
I mean,
it's been
come on.
hasn't it, through tabloids on Facebook, and I think it just causes a wee bit of upset every time it comes up now.
Very, very
Yeah.
dark.
So,
So an interesting point from Austin. He said, "Oh, sorry, go on, Effie."
no, I'll do Austin. I'll go back to Andy's because Andy's a question. So Austin sort of saying that the clapping did bring people together, allowed them to show appreciation, but there's not any need for it now. But Andy has popped a wee question in that there's talk of a Captain Tom statue being built. So what are your thoughts on there being a statue?
I'll end up with Mr. Bean.
You what?
The statue will end up looking like Mr. Bean because they won't use the right plaster. You know when they did Victoria Wood and they unveiled Victoria Wood?
Oh, Victoria Wood was terrible.
Who the fuck is that? Everybody thought it was Boa de Cia overall.
Darren, you're too late. Right, we've already had that bit, but we might do it again later.
Oh yeah, I'm the clerk or the official person legally or whatever.
I watched that. It was so funny.
I honestly, I've been tweeting about it, or not tweeting. I believe that bird's flown the nest. I've been on the what is it? Come on My Face. That's it. It's My Face. I was on My Face doing the tapping about all that all day. It is so funny. It's so funny. So yeah, I think we've done. I mean, I wouldn't be offended by a statue, to be honest.
No, I think it'd be lovely for there to be a Tom Moore statue, especially in his hometown, because he did do
nice
amazingly.
gesture.
And I think he does need commemorated for what he's done. My comments aren't about. I have the greatest respect for Tom Moore. It just grinds my gears slightly. The need for a 99, 100-year-old person to walk round their garden.
Do stop.
I tell you, if I am still going at 100, questions will be asked. I'll potion.
But going back to what I said about if we start raising money for the NHS, so say, well, if you need that round of whatever treatment, look, Tom is Captain Tom was 100, and he managed to walk. So you'll have to raise that money before you get your treatment. I think that is what will literally happen because I think it will become the norm, and I don't want that to happen.
Just like in America, you have to pay for everything, and it's just absurd.
We already pay for the NHS, and which I'm very happy to pay in. I do not have plans about it. It's a great thing, but I just feel that there's a time and a place for raising money for things.
Yeah.
So will we? I have no idea on timings. Are we on the next thing?
Yes.
Next thing.
So I think what's very quickly, because we can talk about it more in depth later if any of us do this after show, because I'm conscious of time. Very quickly, your thoughts as bullet points on Drag Race UK over the last 2 weeks.
Where?
Only because the talking points next reference back to it. So just in general, your thoughts on how it's going and what you like and don't like.
Well, I personally did not like the way Rue approached Ginny about being sexy and asking, God forbid, what would happen if you were sexy. I mean, she's sexy in her own right. She's sexy in her own way.
Lovely. That's the next talking point.
I do get why she said that, to like challenge her to do different looks. But she could have said it differently. She could have said, what if you would do a different look rather than saying be sexy? Because, you know, being sexy is different to every single person. Everybody defines sexy in a different way. And especially her being non-binary and not fitting into this form of binary genders, you know, it's something personal. It's something really deep that she struggles with. And for Rue to say it like that, of course it hit her. Personally, that's what I believe. Like, it just hit her and she's like, okay, I'm going to change this. I'm going to do that. And then that happened. What happened?
No, to be fair, when that comment was made, that was the week before.
Yeah, well, you said overall, like for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I'll burrow around the topics. Is it appropriate for RuPaul or anyone to tell someone that they need to be sexy and drag? When is it and isn't it appropriate? What's your thoughts on people deciding or...
RuPaul has told every queen to do whatever he wants them to do from the start of time. So it means hee-haw to him.
So, so that's definitely a Scottish reference I should learn.
Hee-haw means nothing.
Right. Okay.
I see.
So
I'm like, what?
Chrissy, I know where Chris is from. I just wanted a dictionary for us both. So yeah. So I'm gonna say I don't know if this is controversial or not. I'm gonna choose my words carefully. I think I'm just gonna say it. So I think people do know what they are going into though when they go onto the show.
Yes.
I absolutely accept that what it should be showing is a wide range of different sorts of drag, and I think it's fabulous that we're getting to see different types of drag on there right now. But I do I do question where people get surprised, I suppose, that those were going to be the kind of critiques they were going to get. Because I'm like, well, you've had a lot of seasons to inform the kind of things that people like to see on the show.
Yes, drag and drag race are not the same thing. When you go in Drag Race, you're going on to do. First of all, it's a reality TV show, not a drag competition.
And it's a
reality TV show with a drag competition in it, which has a set of rules and standards for that show. So you know what you're getting in. You know that you're going to have to sew something. You know there's going to be a comedy challenge. Know that if you wear the same colour of hair every week, that's going to be commented on.
Going to get for it. Yeah.
Like.
It's a bit of a subject there, Auntie Effie.
No, I think it's just a point that I've made a few times on different things is the difference between drag and Drag Race. Drag Race India is a TV show.
Can I just go? Somebody has made a very good comment. Andy Steele has said it isn't about being sexy. He said that Divine wasn't known as a sex symbol, but she's a drag inspiration. But I find that Divine was sexy. She gave an air of sexual. She had
the sexual tension around her, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Gave off an aura of sexy. So to say she didn't look sexy, again, is a perception. Whose perception is that? So you can't say that what somebody sees as sexy, somebody might other. Like, look at Cheryl, for instance. I've seen Cheryl in a wide range of outfits and never found one of them sexy, but that's just me.
Is this Cheryl, as in season 1 Cheryl?
No, my Cheryl in the comments.
I was like, oh, let's qualify that.
And I have seen her in various states of undress. And I was vomiting.
So we've had some interesting comments in the chat. Emma was like, she said she hated that Rue's opinion to impersonate a female, you have to be sexy.
Yeah.
Therefore, a woman must also be sexy. I didn't like it, so it felt like it had a wider attitude, not just to drag performers, but not to them, but also attitude to women. So, now I've just read it and you've put it on the screen. Thank you for that. The technical whiz bangs. I'm still being passed these comments on slate with chalk. I've got a little factory with some people working in it, writing them up for me and passing them. So no, I haven't. Let's just qualify that. I think there's loads of valid arguments for and against this thing. I guess I just keep coming back to, if I go on the thing, I know that I'm going to get red for windswept hair and dodgy lace fronts and my makeup being it. I use makeup.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I use it.
Outside of Drag Race, do you think there is any point where it is appropriate for someone to comment or give you instructions on what you should be doing in drag?
Can I bring up another point? See the fact that Rue said that Rue's point of view on women being sexy, women and females have to be sexy. That again is a man telling a woman how she should be,
Misogyny. Very misogynistic.
regardless of how you see drag queens or whatever. That is a man telling a woman how she should be and how she should look to feel sexy. That's wrong.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, going back to you, I think it's not really appropriate to tell anyone how they should look. If it's, let's say, if it's a photo shoot, I get it, because you need to look specific for certain things. If it's a play or if it's a show, you need to look specific. You need to have a specific look. I get that. But for somebody to tell them that they need to change their entire drag as they build themselves up doing this character, for them to tell them that to change it, I don't believe it's right. And I don't think it's appropriate to do it on TV.
So I think the interesting thing about creating a persona, this is from my own perspective, I was thinking, crikey, that takes a long time. That is not something that you're going to do in a season. You know, when they were saying, well, you know, maybe you can use this to create a new persona, I thought,
yeah,
that's a big ask.
Very, very.
It's a big challenge. I think, but I do what I do enjoy about the people who are doing well on the show is the sort of details. I'm enjoying like the thought process people are creating and stuff. I'm not really a queen that's into looks, but I'm enjoying the looks on this season.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm enjoying this season. Sorry, I won't say season because it's very American. Series more than series one. I think they've settled in and they've found their rhythm, and I think us as viewers has found the rhythm in that.
Oh yeah.
I'm really enjoying this season. I think more than I've enjoyed any season of Drag Race in general. I think, full stop, this is probably one of my favourites.
Yeah.
I think the thing about season one, though, it was so refreshing. Like, just having something that was a bit different. So it's always going to have a special place in my heart. But I was glad...
No, carry on.
No, I was going to say, season two is, like, it's really doing it for me.
It is.
I was glad season one was British queens doing British drag. Because my fear when Drag Race UK was announced was it was going to be 8, 10, 12, many contestants of RuPaul Drag Race fans doing RuPaul's Drag Race that happened to be from the UK. I was really glad that season one and some of season two are actually representational of the drag that you will see from working queens in the UK.
So here's an interesting question from Chris. Is it safe to say that UK season 2 is way better than season 13?
In my opinion, yes.
I believe that on a similar level, because, you know, each season, each series brings different things that you don't get to see in the other one. So I like both of them. Not going to lie, I enjoy both of them equally. So I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm just waiting for the Snatch Game.
I feel like it's really hard to be non-biased about that because I know a couple of people. When I say know people, I've met a couple of people who are on season 2. So it's hard to. I think I'm excited about it because I've met them and I know them on social media. So in a way that I don't know the US queens.
Yeah. I think I would enjoy season 13 more if season 2 UK wasn't on at the same time.
Probably.
I don't
watching 2 series at one time's not. Yes, Jackie?
Sorry,
I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race. I only watch the UK one just because I'm really nosy. But I don't watch it as
an entertainment.
It doesn't really I stopped after season 6 because I thought you're never going to talk Bianca Del Rio, so let's just
Oh,
stop.
I know. Come on.
Sit down. So I thought, what's the point? It's not something I would put on to entertain me. I would rather put on Victoria Wood. I would rather put on Elaine C. Smith or Two Doors Down, some Dinner Ladies, something like that I can engage with. I don't get it as a person. Never mind a drag queen. I just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
So, or Chrissy's OnlyFans as a source of entertainment. Sorry, I can't keep coming back to that.
I wouldn't be able to wave it in my face.
So another comment that was made, not this week on Drag Race UK, but last week in Drag Race UK, was a comment that within Scotland, drag queens get paid £15 a gig, and that they're all
Is Chrissy
underpaid.
all right, by the way?
I think Chrissy's a way to throw her minge over a bucket.
Yeah.
So my first question is whether your experiences within are similar. Is that a similar thing that happens in England, and it's just the Scottish queens don't see it because by the time they talk to an English queen, that English queen's already on fees? And just overall, do you think that some drag queens are underpaid either in the UK or in Scotland, and why do we think that may be? First of all, in England, what is, without having to mention numbers, is there a similar situation in England as there's been alleged to be in Scotland, where drag performers are working for guest slots for
I think
under £30,000?
So I think you've got. I think it's multifaceted everywhere. So you've got people who are working for free. You've got people who are working for cheap. You've got people who are working who, you know, even though they're early on, they're getting a fee, and then you're getting people who are established who are getting fees. So you've got the whole range. I think one of the things that people are sensitive to is the Uncle Bob at a wedding scenario that says, "Look, I'll do it for free because it's a hobby," and then it kind of undercuts somebody who wants to earn a fee or needs to earn a fee. I think that's the thing that people are sensitive to. I also think that generally people have an issue when you get to the point that you're doing, maybe when you've had your start and you're doing more than one number, and you're getting to a point that you're really doing sort of 15 minutes up to an hour. There comes a point that people should, in my opinion, question, you know, should I keep doing this for cheap? Should I keep doing this for free? Who is that taking jobs away from? You know, and knowing your worth, and you know, sometimes to get your foot in the door, you are pragmatic on pricing. And you know, in COVID, a lot of us have been pragmatic on pricing, but I would say, you know, there is a piece about knowing your worth and keeping it as an open conversation amongst your peers. Here endeth my TED talk.
Yeah, just like you said, it's a variety of things, especially down here in Liverpool. Where I start working, I'm not going to mention clubs or anything, you know, just for health and safety. So basically, when I start working, I got to hear from other queens that were there before us, that they have set a bar quite low because they said, "Oh, we'll do it for this much." So every time when we were doing, like, you know, just a classic hosting gig, they would pay us that wage that they originally set their bar at, even though the other queens and myself we had a lot more to offer, and we have offered a lot more, but we still got paid that small wage that wasn't really acceptable. And we have raised it up with the management, yet they said, "Oh, but you only get paid this and that amount." I was like, "But no, love, this is how much we get paid. This is how much you want to book me for." And it was just a disagreement, to be honest. But yeah, it does go down to who comes before you. and people don't really think about it. They just set their bars quite low, and everyone else get treated the same way, which is not fair for everyone.
Hello to
I
Brody,
think
by the
you also
way,
need to
who's just-
consider what are you offering for your fee on
so,
that point.
but yeah,
So a
so I
lot-
think go on.
Basically, right, I'm going to get bitchy here. There's a lot of them that now want to make their fee similar to the level that I know that I charge, I imagine you charge, for doing 2.5 hours of controlling a whole fucking room.
Yeah.
Now, I don't understand why they're not getting that for doing 5 minutes.
Can I just say
Jackie's
something?
Jackie wants to speak. She's raised her hand in the Zoom
I
room.
know, but I'm trying to get in before Jackie goes into
To
the
the,
show
speak-
pale.
to the speaker, I have authority. I am allowing Jackie to speak.
Can I ask you just to squint one eye over to the comments, because whoever Frances is, I like her already.
Oh, Francis.
Francis is a gorgeous person.
Oh, I know.
Francis,
I like her already.
Hello, Brody. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Brody. Hello to Keza as well. Keza said I looked good, so thank you, Keza. He also made a good point about getting booking agents, which I fully agree with.
Yeah.
Does
If
Keza
anyone
have-
wants to become my booking agent, then that's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Because I'm fucking fed up of doing it myself and having to date for every. I think a
I
lot
think
of would rather have
Keza
a manager.
might have a turn in his eye, maybe.
Who's got a turn in their eye?
I think Keza might have a turn in his eye if he said that Auntie Ginger looked good, but I'm not sure. Can't be sure. Was she heard
So-
that?
I do believe that there's a lot of Scottish queens that are underpaid.
Mm.
There are things that I think could be a contributing factor to that.
Now tell us
Nah.
why they're underpaid.
You fucking bitch!
She's like, you
Tell
brought
us
it up
why.
now. Give us the
Tell us
details.
That's why.
Oh, give us
You
the details.
fucking
Dan.
bitch!
I've
Come
got
in,
my
you
feeling with
give your
me.
piece. So,
Yeah. I
a
think
lot
she's
of the
bit-
issues with Scottish queens being underpaid could be attributed to queens undercharging,
Thank you very glad.
right? Who have now we're undercharging at a point to get their foot in the door, but it didn't get their foot in the door. It got it reduced the budgets in a lot of places.
Mm.
So let's put it this way. That's the same issue everywhere, though. So
There's a difference between walking in and offering to do the show for free or offering to do the show for 20 quid if I can put out a bucket, right? So that you can have your own show and work. To then, when you fuck off, bars are no longer willing to pay for entertainment. They just expect you to put out a tip bucket and work for tips. Bars which previously 6 nights a week were paying for performers now go, well, you can put out a tip bucket.
Karen. Sorry.
It's all right. Hi, Karen. I think it needs to
Karen.
be a, but it,
Oh.
you know, I think there's a, when it happens. So for me, I ask peers when I'm new to a venue or when I am. Sometimes people who've seen my shows or whatever, I will ask peers for advice on what to charge. Or sometimes I had somebody who came to me with a deal that said, can we cut your fee because we're really struggling because of COVID? And I was a bit like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't really want to go out for less than that. And then they said, well, actually, we will offer you more dates. And there was kind of like,
Right.
so I ran that by a few queens, like carefully, just without mentioning names or the venues, just saying what would you do in this scenario. And they and it helped me actually because I managed to sort of negotiate something that was appropriate for both parties. I think
Of
it's an
course.
open conversation that needs to happen between peers and venues, because
Definitely.
otherwise it never gets dealt with.
A bit of come and go, as Chrissy already
Yeah.
knows, he's opened an account to come and go. But yeah, a bit of come and go goes a long way. Ask me, tell me why. Let's explain it. Let's go through it. And as you said, it got you more work So yeah, great idea, but don't just swoop in and undercut a queen because you fancy it, because you want to do a gig. That's what's happening in Glasgow. I don't know about Scotland. I have no idea. But in Glasgow, people undercut to get a gig, and then now.
And now are complaining that they're not that they should be getting paid these
X,
figures.
Y, and Z. Yes.
But at the same time, I appreciate that you think you should be getting. So someone said they should be getting paid £10, 10 times what they were getting. So that's £150. I appreciate you think you deserve £150 for doing drag. I'm not saying issue with that. I think you need to consider that if the £15 that you're getting for a number, if that number's 5 minutes, that £15 is £180 an hour. I think this is where a lot of people aren't seeing the difference between the £180 an hour that's getting paid out to have 5 or 6 of them do a number each, and the £180 an hour that goes to someone who does it themselves and does a full show with banter, comedy, games, karaoke, DJing.
Well, I think there's also a bit of a, and I won't reveal my numbers, but there is a piece about appropriate. So let me give you an example. So I get occasionally booked, like every fucking drag queen gets booked to do It Should Have Been Me at a Wedding, right? And I do
you fancy doing one in Stirling? Because I've got a request for it and I can't be asked.
Yeah, why not? But so I get maybe 2 or 3 of these a year ever since it's been a thing, and they say we want you to come in and do that one number and leave, and I'm like, that's fine, but I've got to get ready, I've got to travel, I've got to put on the thing, I've got to do the thing, I've got to send you my music, I've got to send you an invoice. It's like there's a whole, like, it isn't just that number. There's a whole thing that goes with that. So I'm like, look, this is what I charge to get out of bed. For that, you'll get this. If you want more time, we can have that conversation. But like when the ones that are like, that's a lot for one number, I'm like, well, it's not just one number though.
Yeah.
It's not though, is
Can I
it?
just say, Auntie Ginger, see that whole speech you just said? That sounds like Chrissy organising these OnlyFans. Is that how you do that? Is that how you negotiate that? Is that how you come up with a subscription? I never knew that before.
No, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Behind the scenes work that needs paid for.
Oh my godmother, my drag mother is on, the lovely Sherry Trifle.
That's a good drag name.
It's a fab drag name. She's not a bad drag queen for her age. I mean, she's nearly dead, but that's none of my business. God love her. I'll be wheeling her in shortly.
So, Auntie,
yes.
I have no idea where we are on the agenda. I don't know why I'm.
By the way, where are we? What's the plan? Yeah,
I'm going to slip a wee lightheartedness in. Does anybody watch EastEnders? I think Tina's still alive.
I don't watch it, but I've
not watched Snopes in years. Sorry, Jackie. Some of us are out of an evening working.
You need to turn off RuPaul's Drag Race and turn on his bloody EastEnders.
Well, if you know any animes or any manga, I'm down for it.
Just a quick to say, because I'm always conscious of comments when I do these things. Thank you everyone that's commenting. I hope you're enjoying it. Do give us a little share if you want us to see this amongst your friends. All views that are offensive are not the views of Auntie Ginger, they're the views of Auntie Effie. And if you are having a good time, do a little tip on the thing on the below.
The wee thing that's coming round the bottom there, the wee banner there. Now, what I will say is, tips aren't compulsory, but they are essential. And when you pay that essentialness, it does keep us in the eyelashes we have grown accustomed to. Thank you, very glad.
Exactly.
I just ran out of my pan stick, so literally.
Auntie Ginger, back a bit. That's
better. Yeah. I could see where that was going. It's like that drag queen that tells every joke that other drag queens tell. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Cliche, what can I say?
You could just have said my name.
I'm glad you're just under a soft globe. You're better under a soft globe, Auntie Effie. And under a soft globe means a soft bulb.
I'm under a wrinkle at myself.
Yeah, I've
You're all dangling like Shilpa Shetty up there.
Chrissy, your face is flawless and it's pissing me off. So back
That's
up.
getting mad.
Thank you.
It's a shame
I've
about the
tried my
teeth. But
best.
back the fuck. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I know. My teeth are horrible. They used to be nice until I got denied braces because they said I don't need them. And I'm like, bitch, I do.
NHS.
I know, right? Mm-hmm.
So what's
No,
next,
you're right.
Councillor?
Emma Gibson, you're very, very correct.
I'm
Jackie's
checking the list. I'm checking the list.
And I am on the lovely Snow Leopard this evening.
Oh, fabulous.
love-
I'm on Tatra tea, 72%.
Well, you need to keep yourself sober for wanking later.
Well.
So obviously, with
So
us
actually,
being
got
all
an
that
LGBT
stuff.
chat show, it should be noted that this is February, so in the UK it's LGBT History Month.
Oh, is it? I had no idea.
Yes, and as I'm sure all our viewers have noticed, even if the panel haven't, every day of LGBT History Month, we've popped out a wee LGBT History Month fact for you.
I've not been following your shitey posts. I've just been
Well,
Yeah.
darling,
Did you know
it's
that Auntie was?
LGBT
Did you know
history
that
every
Auntie?
day.
Sorry.
Sorry, my bad.
What
Go
is
on,
it, Ginger?
Chrissy.
Come on, Ginger. What?
What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. Carry on.
The joke is so far lost now that it's not
Oh,
even
I
going to be
know.
funny. I was going to say
Anyway.
that we were talking about when Auntie Effie was there at the beginning of the whole movement. Like, but it's fine. It's been a
It's
long
been a
time.
while since Auntie Effie has had a movement. Hence the week.
Yeah, so
I
it's
think
LGBT
Effie
History
looks,
Month.
I think Effie looks great tonight, and not
Because
because
she's in
we're
the
using,
dark.
but not
Everybody
because
looks
we're
great
using.
in the dark.
Well, no. Can I just say that Effie and I may share the same name, even though she spells it wrong. But we did not communicate about eye colours: purple, white,
Oh, I see.
red, brown.
I know.
Thank you, Effie.
Face I've always got. God,
That's a problem, Effie. That's a problem.
look, it's worked for me and it's got me my national title. So
You're kind of a like Aunt Sally with a blusher there.
I'd on earlier on, and I'm going. My face looks off. You can't see any like the blusher. That I quickly put on more, and I went too far.
It's a pity Nomi Divine's no one because that could be Wuzzle Gummidge.
Nomi Divine will be joining us at the after show shit talk. Shit talk.
Chat shop.
That's your problem, Effie. You're always in the chat.
Did you say shit show? 'Cause I thought that was.
And Ginger, it was chop. It's all anything that's deep fried.
Ooh, I like deep fried. We've had a question from Darren Spears about what we
I was
thought
just gonna say.
about what we thought on it.
I thought it was wonderful.
It's a sin.
I thought it was fabulous. I binge watched it twice, and it was excellent.
I
Really
do
good.
like the ending.
The only thing I feared is see that full sex montage in the first episode. Now, it was great. Don't get me wrong. There was a small twinge, but I feel that it was a very serious subject, and getting the straights to watch it and get serious about it in the first episode. I know they were getting it out of the way, but I just feel that some people might have been like, ooh, and then turn it off.
One thing that Effie and I talked about, or I certainly had this view, and Effie, feel free to add. I think it would have. I'd had heard or read somewhere that the number of episodes that were released were reduced. It would have been really lovely to see like where we are now, because it's kind of it ended. It ended kind of with the sort of this is a death sentence, and it would be great to fast forward to actually But to
Do we
present
think-
day.
This is where we got to.
Do we think
Yeah.
we're getting
That was
a
my
series?
issue with it. I don't know whether they were aiming for a series 2. My issue, I thought it was great the story was getting told. My issue was when that story's been told before, there's always been some sort of epilogue or bit of hope. That if you watch that series without any LGBT and HIV knowledge,
Knowledge, yeah.
you can literally watch that series and go, if you're gay, you're going to get AIDS and die. Because there was nothing. I'm led to believe that they've changed now that they're putting out weekly, that they've changed and they're now Channel 4's now adding information onto the episodes
Oh, good.
and onto the adverts.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
Hey,
John
I-
O'Connell. John O'Connell
Hey.
in the comments. Yes, I agree.
I think it'd be great for making more seasons. However, watching that and watching the 5 episodes in a winner,
Mhm.
I was really angry at the ending
I think
because
Yeah.
we
design-
obviously know about U equals U and stuff like that. I'm worried for the little questioning boy who's sitting in the room secretly watching this, comes from a potentially homophobic family that watches that and thinks they've saw how great it is to be gay, but if you're gay, you're going to get AIDS and die.
I think everyone seems to agree with the whole. It would be great to get to present day, but I do think as a piece of art for representing the time, it was a solid piece of work. By the way,
Definitely.
Jackie Kidd has told us off for picking on you, Auntie Effie. Auntie Effie, I just want to say I do love you dearly.
Thank you.
And thank you for having us on this show. And it's all said in jest, even though it's partially based on truth. I love you, dear.
Yeah. But yeah, historically, it was great. Yeah, historically, it was great. There was things that could have been put in to alleviate some of the pressure, but it's going on. Although it's not autobiographical, it's going on Russell T Davies's experiences during that time. So yes, there are people who were some of the first diagnosed who are still alive today. Yes, they were aware of preventative measures. It would be nice to see someone do it and actually show how many heterosexual people had AIDS at that point as well.
Another thing.
It still gets called the gay disease.
Or
but
sense. Or sense.
But it does affect the heterosexual community near
affects
enough
everyone.
as much.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we're spreading
And
it out.
it did in the 80s.
Yeah, they were keeping it 80s. We're spreading it. It's further. But I think now, yes, it became mainstream, but I think they had that mindset that it did become mainstream because look at Colin and the guy. That guy was making it mainstream, and then still everybody was blaming the gays.
Exactly.
I think so. An interesting point that Emma Gibson made. I love Emma, by the way. Is she did even EastEnders has a if you've been affected by, and I think that's your point, right? Which is if it's now being released with notes and education, I think that's fabulous. Because
that's fine. Look, when I watched it, it was literally I watched 5 hours of a TV show that told me if had I not been a part of the LGBT community, had worked for pride organisations, had been going out and stuff like that, I would have watched King that if I'm gay, I'm going to get AIDS and die. If they're now adding in the Samaritans and notes about Terence Higgins Trust and notes about U equals U, that's fine because it's still a historical thing. But if you've been affected, or that's the 80s, 30 years later, it's still around, but it's no longer a death sentence.
Yeah.
So, I think I think that's I'm sorry, but I added something to the agenda, Effie. I couldn't resist. Question for
When you
Darren.
see you add something to the agenda, is it somewhere that any of us can see, or you're just going to talk about it?
Effie's always got a fucking agenda.
What else?
So-
What's next on your list, Effie?
Nothing really.
Okay.
Oh.
How good she is and how much of a fucking panto star she is.
Sorry, we're
That's
talking
later.
about me now or Effie? That was silence was deadly. It's just like one of my shows. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. I love that.
And then you wonder why you don't get paid your right fee, Ginger. Mother of God.
I know, and let's not get this wrong. I get paid my right fee. Just saying, there have been occasions where I've been asked to change my fee. Very rare.
And then never get asked back.
No, I always get asked back.
That's in the commission, but no on the stage.
So, what would you like to add to the agenda?
You know when you do a gig in a bowling club or a social club or whatever, it's like you're like, can we turn that light on? Can we turn that blue light on? And you're like, oh, we'll need to have a committee meeting before that happens. And that's what it's like in Scotland. They have to have a committee meeting if they're changing a bulb. And you're like, all right, okay, we can't just put that on. You have to have a meeting.
To be fair, I think it's not often an issue. It's where you work in venues that it's not like a regular performance space.
Yeah,
that it's really stressful.
We have compeers up here that are like a joiner during the day, but at the weekend they're a singer. And you're just like, oh dear Lord. And they've normally got a wig in their head. They've walked past a shop and there's been a hamster running about the wheel and they thought, I'm going to buy that hamster and I'm going to pop it right there. I mean, when they move, the hamster doesn't move. And they think they're full robots. They think they're and it's like, oh, tonight the bill, and you're just like, oh, you just get me out in the fucking glare. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right. There's still the.
Oh, that was just so entertaining. I think I needed subtitles.
What comment did you want to add in, Auntie Ginger, for our last comment of the evening for the main show before some always pop on to the taking your bra off and bitching session part of the evening?
Is that a thing? Is there a bra off and bitching session that I didn't know?
Well, I will not be taking my brassiere off.
The after show, isn't it?
I don't take our bras off, but we do this sort of main show and then we sort of like go off and go back on live without the topics and just bitch for half an hour.
Or can we do that now? Because I've got 20 minutes before I need to eat.
I need to eat in 20 minutes, so hurry up.
Relax. You can bitch to now if you want. What did you want to add to the agenda?
Auntie Ginger has an alarm. Must eat.
It is very like that. I mean, Just Eat I have on speed dial. And
Did somebody
Just
it is very that. Like if I get a sponsorship for any advertising, I want it to be for a takeaway company. Because
oh my god, that would be
that is my brand.
fabulous.
So what did you want to add to the agenda, Auntie Ginger?
I could see you in the back of a rickshaw singing Just Eat. I could see that.
So I could see me in a lot of takeaways. I mean,
I would love to watch you in a takeaway ad. Oh, Auntie Ginger, Just Eat, the new phase of Just Eat. Oh, I would love that. Mm-hmm.
I think
Francis, who's commissioning the one woman show? You need to be specific here. Francis is not being specific.
Like, can someone commission the one woman show? What who? What one do you want to do in the one woman show?
I think
going back to the last topic of It's a Sin, Cheryl has brought up a very good point. If anybody wants to read it or bob it up on the screen. Oh, there we go.
Yes, I agree. I think that's exactly what we've been saying.
Mm-hmm. Cheryl actually phoned me at the end of it, and she was in a blind rage. She was in a blind rage that there was things unanswered, and she said, "Is there a Tory I can phone and shout at?" That was her words. Is there a Tory I can call and shout?
Not people like people, but I did love a comment made by an old woman. Nothing about It's a Sin, but made a comment, and it was, "I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, gay, straight, but I draw the line at fucking Tories." And I'm
Cheryl,
sorry before you hear, but that's how I live my life as well.
Cheryl is definitely a Jill.
A Jill?
But Cheryl is a Jill,
Yeah.
as in when you're in the front
Oh,
line
aye.
shoot. Cheryl will actually shoot you at the front line to shout louder. She will
I
shout
see.
louder.
So she's
On
one
your
of those.
behalf.
I see.
So I wonder if people have any other questions for us or stuff that they would
Let
like
me
us
have a
to
look.
talk about. By the way, boys and girls, just write stuff in the comments. Tell us what you'd like us to say, ask, answer.
Apparently, Francis is buying
for
me
next week.
a bottle of vodka and we're having a 1 hour Zoom
Kind
call.
of one-hour monologue.
Yes.
That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Mm-hmm. Vodka and iron brew through and through.
Excuse me, diet iron brew. I don't want to end up the size of Effie. Thank you, very glad.
Mm.
Thank you, very glad. That's an excellent catchphrase.
So
I
Ryan
like
Hodge
this.
is asking where we're all from. I think you're
Oh.
from the
This
DSS.
is Ryan Hodge.
So where
Ryan,
are
I
you
am from the very posh part of the east end of Glasgow. Very, very posh.
there one?
Select.
Is there a
Yes, there is. It's called Mount. It's called Mount Vernon.
Very
Vernon.
fancy. Sounds very fancy.
What is?
No,
I've never
it is
been to
fancy.
Vernon.
They go to the bath and piss in the sink. So I'm originally from the southwest of Scotland, but based in Effie's based in Glasgow, or whoever's got the fucking money to pay it. You've got the money, I've got the time.
Effie is what we call a chuchta. A chuchta.
You
No,
what?
I'm not. Chickter's the other side.
No, it's, well, you're shite anyway.
This is another word. Can we please
That's
have
what.
a dictionary?
A chuchter is someone from the east coast of Scotland, where everything sounds like a question. So, like from Edinburgh and Fife and that. So they talk like this, and you know, what I mean, everything they're telling you sounds like a question because it goes up at the end, you know.
A question. Oh, aye. He died of AIDS. Is he?
Well, for myself, I
Wow.
am originally from the East-West Europe, Czechoslovakia. Hi, and I
That's
reside in Liverpool.
Chrissy,
Yes,
see
my
when
love.
Brexit actually kicks in, you'll be first to go back.
Oh, I know.
You'll be first in the queue.
I mean, girl, in all
Coming
seriousness,
here,
We're all
taking
fighting.
over bloody job.
but yeah, I reside in sweet old Liverpool, right next to the John Liverpool Airport. So if you know, you know. And do come
You're
and
in
see me.
Liverpool. It's a wonder she's no sending herself back.
Girl.
And what about you, Auntie Ginger? Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from the Midlands, but I've lived in Manchester for like 11 years now, so that feels like home.
Oh, fun.
I hope you didn't do anything naughty when you were in tier 3 and Liverpool's in tier 2 and be like the rest of the Mancunians who decide to bring the virus back into Liverpool by getting on the train and coming across.
The
No.
dirty bastard.
The dirty bastards. Do it
The
properly. Drive yourself. Don't get on the train.
I'm from Stoke, actually. Nottingham.
Bob yourself in your Mondeo.
I'm right. Okay, maybe you can answer this, Ginger. Is Stoke as bad as it was when we did that one Sunday there? It was as
Yes.
boring as fuck.
So I've not been out on the Stoke scene for years, so I don't think I can
Right.
qualify this. What I would say is
Yes,
what I love
Stokey.
about it is it's a real community where like people when I was going out back there, people were going and everything was black and white. They were going from pub to pub to pub, and you had like a community of everyone that you knew. And I miss that in some of the bigger cities. So I enjoyed it.
I'm just bobbing to throw my minge over a bucket. I won't be
That's
long.
right.
Sorry, so, yeah, there we go. That's needed announcing. Right. So I think Stoke has a warm, fuzzy element to it. But like everywhere, I think
Just like
everywhere has a
chlamydia.
dodgy part, right? Everywhere has a dodgy part of its city,
Of
town.
course. They do. They do. Very much so.
So that's us at 9:30. So we're at the end of the show, my Bonnie Bears. So do we have any final thoughts before we sign off?
Ooh.
Thank you for having us.
Yep. So we will be
I
we're
mean-
back next Saturday at 8:00 again. Remember, if you've got any talking points you want to submit, you can send us a wee message on our Facebook page or email us. One of the comments that have been suggested that we'll be talking about is about LGBT people in Poland. Don't look at me confused because I told you. That was submitted, and I was like, yeah, but they submitted it like this afternoon. I'm like, I'll put that onto the list for next week. Give us a wee week to research it. And
I'll
we'll
have
announce
things to
who's
talk
on
about.
the panel soon
I
because I've
think
got
we
people
should
on my list. I need to check.
have a wee song before we go.
Are we?
I think we should all join in. Oh,
I
the
like
Christmas chandeliers light up the paintings on your wall. Wee country number, you know. Why, that's right. Effie Canny singing tune.
I know. I would have liked this to sort of like pre-planned, so we all knew what someone was singing. If you wanted to end the wee song,
If Effie's doing a one-woman show and she's got a wee keyboard player, I say a keyboard because she doesn't know anybody with a piano, and they play the keyboard, she just turns around and she says, "Play it in any key, I'll track it down."
yes, you pick the keys, I'll flatten them.
Everyone.
Mhm.
And I can tell you, boys and girls, that is genuine advertising right there. Absolutely what happens.
You pick the key, I'll flatten it. Do you know that I can sing songs in multiple keys at the same time?
You can go,
Oh, I know. We heard it all, darling.
she can go way up high to way low down, and she's not even hit the chorus.
Yes.
Woo! Crazy fun.
I feel like except I can't sing, people are still paying me to do it though.
Well, most of them.
There you go.
But then you were the person that was coming in and undercutting us for £15.
I have never worked for £15, Jackie.
Well,
No, she's working her way up. She's
And
working
I'll
her
actually
way up
tell you
to it.
that when you and me worked in the same venue, I literally went in and went, please tell me we're not getting paid more than Jackie. They went, you're not. I went, that's fine. Because I knew you'd be the first one with a chainsaw at my door.
excuse me, I had the residency and you were asked there for a couple of weeks to fill a void spot. Thank you, very glad.
Oh,
you very
getting
much.
some tea
I
right
think
there.
that thank you very glad is going to be the hashtag that I'm going to use like after this.
Thank you, very glad.
You
Thank
will
you
have
very
to
much.
give me a fee every time you hashtag it.
Then fuck that, boys and girls. Stop that hashtag right
It's
now.
copyrighted, so yeah.
No, fuck it. Not doing it. Not doing it.
I have a hashtag in Glasgow. I have a hashtag anti-ginger. Anti-Effie, please tell them what my hashtag is.
One wig.
One way.
Huh?
Yep, hashtag
Why,
one wig.
One way. Mm.
And this
Oh, I
is
get it. Oh, I get it.
A very, shall we say, coarse queen who we don't see eye to eye. Christen
Who'll
me
be next
that
week's
and
guest?
and thought
It's
that
not.
she thought it was an insult and kept throwing it, and I thought, you've just caused me a hashtag for the rest of my career.
She no longer has to think about her hair. She just keeps ordering the same wig because that's it. She's turned it into a brand.
I've got 4 in the cupboard and a carrier bag.
Fabulous.
It's not even a bag for life. It's the cheap 5p ones that you used to get for free.
Oh, I know. Now they're charging for everything.
Those were the days.
Yes, they are, Chrissy. Even sex online.
Oh, I know, right? What a scandal.
What's your OnlyFans again? www.gettingitout.com.
Sorry,
I hope it.
I hope you do very well. It's very lucrative, but don't wear that headscarf. It's very foreign.
So thank you for joining us, everyone, this evening. We'll be back next Saturday night, 8:00.
I might not be back
t-
because I'm not fond of this lineup, you know.
Jackie, shut the fuck up or I'll mute you. Right, there's 9 people on a rotating panel. Right, you may be
I
back
will
next
remove
week.
you from the chat if we don't have reasonable behaviour.
Nine people? I've never seen 9 people. There's been 6 at a push.
Officially, there's 9 of us. You'll see.
Well,
Watch the closing titles and you'll see that. You'll see it.
there's a few that's not pulling their weight. No offence, people.
Aye. Which we'll look at the end of this month whether we change what the lineup is and see how everything's going.
That means the shitey ones are getting punted. Now that is a Glasgow term for bleeding.
Right. So can I do the sign off and you can make all your comments when we go into the dressing room chat later on, Jackie? So you know what? Fuck you. So thank you for joining us this evening. You're not muted, Jackie. Shut your face. Right? Thank you for joining us.
Bring me the axe!
Tina!
Am I out of the room?
No, you're. No, I just moved it onto solo display so I could do the fucking sign out.
I can unmute myself.
I am bastard, you know, just. So, for the 4th time, thank you for joining us this evening at Not So Straight Talk. We'll be back here every Saturday, 8 p.m. GMT or 9 p.m. CET. You can submit your topics and questions via our Facebook page at just search for Not So Straight Talk. We're also available on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We hope you all take care, stay safe, and wear a mask. If you've not had enough of your Straight Talk, your Not So Straight Talk panel, we'll be back at 10 o'clock with our shit talking after the show dressing room chat. Hope to see some of you there. And remember, if you've enjoyed the show this evening and you can afford it and feel that you wish to and you're able, you can send us a wee donation at the link at the bottom, www.paypal.me/thebestigirls, and that money goes towards the running costs of this show, as well as splitting between the panelists and performers because it's expensive at this cheap. Tatty bye, take care, and we'll see you all soon. I've done it again because I'm not ready with the video.
Not mandatory, but essential.
Right. Thank you. Tatty bye.
Bye.